Welcome to the Professional Development course, Bullying Awareness, brought to you by Kayamishi Tech's Workforce and Economic Development. In this video, we will cover: what is bullying? Types of bullying. Frequency of bullying. Effects of bullying. Kids who bully others. Spotting a bully. Bullying effects into adulthood. Cyberbullying. What is bullying? Bullying is unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-aged children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. The behavior is repeated, or has the potential to be repeated, over time. Both kids who are bullied and who bully others may have serious, lasting problems. Types of bullying. Verbal bullying is saying or writing mean things. Verbal bullying includes teasing, name-calling, inappropriate sexual comments, taunting, threatening to cause harm. Social bullying, sometimes referred to as relational bullying, involves hurting someone's reputation or relationships. Social bullying includes leaving someone out on purpose, telling other children not to be friends with someone, spreading rumors about someone, embarrassing someone in public. Physical bullying involves hurting a person's body or possessions. Physical bullying includes hitting/kicking/pinching, spitting, tripping/pushing, taking or breaking someone's things, making mean or rude hand gestures. Frequency of bullying. There are two sources of federally collected data on youth bullying: the 2017 School Crime Supplement to the National Crime Victimization Survey. National Center for Education Statistics and Bureau of Justice indicates that, nationwide, about 20% of students ages 12 to 18 experience bullying. The 2019 Youth Risk Behavior Surveillance System, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, indicates that, nationwide, 19.5% of students in grades 9 to 12 report being bullied on school property in the 12 months preceding the survey. Effects of bullying. Kids who are bullied can experience negative physical, social, emotional, academic, and mental health issues. Kids who are bullied are more likely to experience depression and anxiety, increased feelings of sadness and loneliness, changes in sleep and eating patterns, and loss of interest in activities they used to enjoy. These issues may persist into adulthood. Health complaints. Decreased academic achievement, GPA and standardized test scores, and school participation. They are more likely to miss, skip, or drop out of school. A very small number of bullied children might retaliate through extremely violent measures. In 12 of 15 school shooting cases in the 1990s, the shooters had a history of being bullied. Kids who bully others can also engage in violent and other risky behaviors into adulthood. Kids who bully are more likely to abuse alcohol and other drugs in adolescence and as adults, get into fights, vandalize property, and drop out of school, engage in early sexual activity, have criminal convictions and traffic citations as adults, be abusive toward their romantic partners, spouses, or children as adults. Common types of bullies. Bullies have different styles, personalities, goals, and behaviors. Their motivations for and methods of bullying are all different. And not all bullies will fit neatly into a category. Some bullies will fall into several categories, and some may appear to be in a category all their own. Bully victims often rise up after being bullied. They bully others weaker than them because they, too, have been bullied. Their goal usually is to regain a sense of power and control in their lives. This type of bully is very common. In fact, a large number of kids who bully others have been bullied themselves by peers. Their bullying is a way of retaliating for the pain they are feeling. Other times the bully victim comes from a home with domestic violence or suffers abuse from an older sibling. In these cases, bullying is a learned behavior. Most bully victims are loners or fall at the bottom of the social ladder at school. This fact adds to the sense of powerlessness and anger they feel. Consequently, they often appear hostile, which can cause them to be unpopular. This, in turn, perpetuates the cycle of the bully victim. Popular bullies have big egos. They are confident and condescending. They usually have a group of followers and may feel like they rule the school. These bullies have a sense of entitlement that can stem from their popularity, size, upbringing, or socioeconomic status. They thrive on the physical power and control they have over their victims and may boast about their bullying. Popular boys most often bully others through physical acts like pushing someone around, taking their books, or pinning them against lockers. Popular girls are more likely to use relational aggression. They spread rumors, are manipulative, and often exclude others. Popular bullies are sometimes the school's star athlete or perceived school leader. They thrive on the attention and power they get from bullying. Peers often tolerate this type of bully because they would rather be accepted than bullied. The relational bully is usually a somewhat popular student who enjoys deciding who is accepted at school and who isn't. Excluding, isolating, and ostracizing others are the most common weapons used by this type of bully. Most often, the relational bully will use only verbal or emotional bullying to maintain control. Many times, mean girls are relational bullies. Relational bullies also maintain their power by using rumors, gossip, labels, and name-calling. Typically, they target others because they are jealous or feel they are socially unacceptable. Maintaining popularity is the key reason for relational aggression. The relational bully will do anything to be part of the in crowd. The serial bully is another type of bully often found in popular circles. These bullies are systematic, controlled, and calculated in their approach. Parents, teachers, and administrators may have no idea what a serial bully is capable of. This type of bully appears sweet, charming, and charismatic to authority figures. But they can be cold and calculating and tend to inflict emotional pain on their victims over long periods of time. Sometimes serial bullies will use physical bullying, but only if they can be sure they won't be caught. Serial bullies are skilled manipulators and liars, and are usually fake friends. Their sweet and nice persona is just another way to manipulate situations to their liking. They are able to twist facts and situations to make themselves look innocent or to get out of trouble when confronted. In fact, serial bullies are often so skilled at deception that their victims often are afraid to speak up, convinced that no one will ever believe them. Bullies in this category are part of a group and have a pack mentality when they are together. They tend to bully as a group but behave much differently when they are alone, even if they are alone with the victim. Usually, group bullies are cliques that imitate the leader of the group and just follow along. Because kids feel insulated when they are in a group, they often feel free to say and do things they wouldn't do otherwise. They also feel less responsible for their actions because everyone is doing it. This is a very dangerous type of bullying because things quickly can escalate out of control. Indifferent bullies are often unable to feel empathy. As a result, they can often appear cold, unfeeling, and detached and have very little, if any, remorse for what they do to others. These types of bullies, although less common than the other types of bullies, are often the most dangerous. Indifferent bullies are bullying for the sheer enjoyment of seeing another person suffer. They are not deterred by disciplinary actions. Additionally, indifferent bullies are often vicious and have deep psychological problems that need to be addressed by a professional. Traditional bullying intervention does not usually bring about change in their bullying. Understand that boys and girls bully differently. No one will argue that physical bullying is much easier to spot than any other type of bullying. For this reason, parents and educators often miss the fact that girls are bullying too. They just may not use physical aggression to do it. Instead, they resort to relational aggression, verbal bullying, and name-calling. Therefore, it's important to broaden your perspective. The emotional wounds that female bullies leave in their wake are just as painful as the bruises left by a physical bully. Look for signs of entitlement. Many times, bullies believe that the rules do not apply to them. Or, they may feel that because they are good in school, good at sports, or come from a prominent family that they can do whatever they want. They also believe that others are below them. You will see a strong sense of contempt in this type of bully, especially when they interact with others that they feel are beneath them. Watch how these kids treat lunchroom employees, janitors, wait staff, store clerks, and other people in service-oriented positions. Most kids with entitlement issues will bully others in your classroom and feel like they are doing nothing wrong. Pay attention to outbursts of anger or aggression. Sometimes bullies have difficulty managing emotions, especially anger. So they are controlling and aggressive in order to get what they want. They also pressure other kids to do what they want them to do. There is very little cooperation and often a great deal of manipulation. When you see these types of behaviors on a consistent basis, bullying may be a tool these kids use to get their way when you are not looking. Look closer at charming kids. This bullying trait is often likened to Eddie Haskell. Eddie Haskell was a fictional character on Leave It to Beaver who would greet his friends' parents with overdone good manners and compliments. But, when the parents were not around, Eddie was not a nice kid. He was often conniving and pressuring his friends. Or, he was bullying Wally's younger brother Beaver. Typically, parents and educators are shocked to learn that this type of child is a bully because he or she has always been so nice and polite. But if a student in your class seems too good to be true, pay attention. Investigate if there are issues with authority. While some bullies are subtler with their aggression, other bullies clearly have issues with following rules and listening to authority figures. For instance, some bullies will get into arguments with teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, and parents. They also may talk back, make sarcastic remarks, and have an overall disrespectful attitude toward anyone who has authority. If a child is willing to act aggressively toward an adult or a person in authority, they are also likely to be aggressive with their peers. Don't overlook the followers. Many times, bullying is about attaining or even maintaining a position on the social ladder at school. As a result, many otherwise good kids will bully others because of peer pressure. They also may bully to get attention or to feel like they are part of a group or clique. In other instances, bullies will get these followers to do their dirty work. And these kids comply because they are afraid of becoming targets themselves. Or, they comply because they feel it's the only way to remain in the group. Keep an eye on the kids that follow another person's lead and see if you can direct them to be a leader. You may keep them from going down the wrong path. Watch out for kids who exclude others. One of the biggest forms of relational aggression is ostracizing, excluding, or icing out other kids. If a child regularly refuses to be friends with other people, doesn't want to be inclusive of everyone or picks and chooses people to associate with, this is a good indication that bullying may be an issue. Another indication of bullying is a child who is not accepting of another person's differences. Intolerant kids often bully others who are different. Pay attention to kids surrounded by drama. Mean girls, fake friends, and frenemies often create a lot of drama. In addition to subtly bullying others, they also seem to create tension and anxiety among groups of friends. They also are more prone to spreading rumors, cyberbullying, and personal identifiable information. While much of this type of behavior is done outside of the watchful eyes of adults, the drama that it causes will be visible. Consequently, if you see a lot of drama among a group at school, do a little research in order to discover the root of the problem. Most of the time, you will find a bully in the end. Children who are victims of bullying have been consistently found to be at higher risk for internalizing problems, in particular diagnoses of anxiety disorder and depression in young adulthood and middle adulthood, 18 to 50 years of age. Furthermore, victims were at increased risk for displaying psychotic experiences at age 18 and having suicidal ideation, attempts, and completed suicides. Victims were also reported to have poor general health, including more bodily pain, headaches, and slower recovery from illnesses. Moreover, victimized children were found to have lower educational qualifications, be worse at fiscal management, and to earn less than their peers even at age 50. Victims were also reported to have more trouble making or keeping friends and to be less likely to live with a partner and have social support. No association between substance use, antisocial behavior and victimization was found. The studies that distinguished between victims and bully/victims showed that usually bully/victims had a slightly higher risk for anxiety, depression, psychotic experiences, suicide attempts and poor general health than pure victims. They also had even lower educational qualifications and trouble keeping a job and honoring financial obligations. In contrast to pure victims, bully/victims were at increased risk for displaying antisocial behavior and were more likely to become a young parent. Again, we know less about pure bullies, but where studied, they were not found to be at increased risk for any mental or general health problems. Indeed, they were healthier than their peers, emotionally and physically. However, pure bullies may be more deviant and more likely to be less educated and to be unemployed. They have also been reported to be more likely to display antisocial behavior and be charged with serious crime, burglary, or illegal drug use. However, many of these effects on delinquency may disappear when other adverse family circumstances are controlled for. What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying can occur through SMS, text, and apps, or online in social media, forums, or gaming where people can view, participate in, or share content. Cyberbullying includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. It can include sharing personal or private information about someone else causing embarrassment or humiliation. Some cyberbullying crosses the line into unlawful or criminal behavior. The most common places where cyberbullying occurs are social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. Text messaging and messaging apps on mobile or tablet devices. Instant messaging, direct messaging, and online chatting over the internet. Online forums, chat rooms, and message boards, such as Reddit. Email. Online gaming communities. With the prevalence of social media and digital forums, comments, photos, posts, and content shared by individuals can often be viewed by strangers as well as acquaintances. The content an individual shares online, both their personal content as well as any negative, mean, or hurtful content, creates a kind of permanent public record of their views, activities, and behavior. This public record can be thought of as an online reputation, which may be accessible to schools, employers, colleges, clubs, and others who may be researching an individual now or in the future. Cyberbullying can harm the online reputations of everyone involved, not just the person being bullied, but those doing the bullying or participating in it. Cyberbullying has unique concerns in that it can be persistent. Digital devices offer an ability to immediately and continuously communicate 24 hours a day, so it can be difficult for children experiencing cyberbullying to find relief. Permanent. Most information communicated electronically is permanent and public, if not reported and removed. A negative online reputation, including for those who bully, can impact college admissions, employment, and other areas of life. Hard to notice, because teachers and parents may not overhear or see cyberbullying taking place, it is harder to recognize. There are two sources of federally collected data on youth bullying. The 2019 School Crime Supplement to the National Crime Victimization Survey, National Center for Education Statistics and Bureau of Justice, indicates that, nationwide, about 16% of students in grades 9 to 12 experience cyberbullying. The 2019 Youth Risk Behavior Surveillance System, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, indicates that an estimated 15.7% of high school students were electronically bullied in the 12 months prior to the survey.